Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Astal for Sega Saturn. In the last episode, something kidnapped Astal as we went through an icy region, and we had to basically get him back by fighting a beast off with the bird, but thankfully Astal is okay now. And now we're going through the Plains of Destiny. Let's wait for this thing's jawline to go up so that way we can run under it, and then try to avoid being crushed by this thing's legs. And I thought he was going to move back, but no, he moved forward. So now we got some enemies that we need to fight. And we got another thing here. Wait for your jaw to go back up. And this thing here, watch the toes that twitch, because those are the ones that are going to come down and try to hurt you. And I took some dumb damage. But you know what? I gladly take that dumb damage. I will heal it back up. That's cool. I'm not even going to try to get the Power Star in this area, because quite honestly, I never was able to find it. I'm pretty sure it's in a danger section or non-existent. Also, these flying enemies will not hurt you, but the guys on them will, so make sure they don't land on you. And when you get to this part, there will be one of these creatures chasing after you. And if you can do this right, you can leap on all these enemies while running and get that power up. And there's a projectile. And there's Geist from way back at the beginning of the game when we turned the game on. He will try to destroy us with projectiles. But if we can stand behind these makeshift rock columns, we'll be good. And as long as I don't get hurt a whole bunch, I can do this. Cool. We've reached the end, which means Geist laughs at us before teleporting away. And then we follow him to the next stage, Destiny Unfolds. Shutting up due to spoken dialogue.
Hello, Astal. Good to see you. You've done me a big favor. You see, every monster you fought was a part of Gerado's body. You thought you were destroying him, but you were actually helping Gerado gain power. Gerado is now complete thanks to you. But now your usefulness has ended. I think it's time to get rid of you. Goodbye, Astal.
Alright. He's gonna throw a projectile. Where's it gonna go? Left. So we go right. Now he's gonna snap his fingers and summon some orbs. What are they gonna do? Prism. Will it move or no? Yes, it will move. Sometimes it moves, sometimes it doesn't. Watch where he moves before teleporting. That'll show which side he will be at when he shows up. Hit him with a breath attack. Avoid the orbs when they go after you attack Geist. What are they going to do now? Oh, no, he's going to do another one of these. And you want to just make sure you move out of the way quickly. Cool, he did the clicky thing. Now he's got two that zap a force field between each other. He does this again. I may not be lucky this time. Wow. He's gonna go to the left. No, he's gonna go to the right. Why?
What's going on? Why can't I win? I can't lose to him. I can't.
And after 3 hits, you get this dialogue. And then you'll have to either avoid his kicks or try to attack him while he does them. And then you try to breathe into him one more time. And I made that look a lot easier than it was. When he summons the orbs, there's always 5 that's going to be in front of you, and trying to move out of the way of them does not work. So just try to attack a few, try to hit guys with the breath attack, and boom.
I don't get it. I'm stronger than he is. Why can't I win? Why? Why?
Pathetic! You can't even defeat a little boy! I'm very disappointed in you, Geist! Not so cocky now, are you? I can crush you like a bug! You can't win, Astal. It's too late. How does it feel to be my little toy? Frustrating, isn't it? Once you could have defeated me, but not anymore. Your weakness bores me, Astal. Ready? Time for you to die.
Whoa!
Now, nothing stands in my way. This world is mine. I'm so happy. How best to celebrate my victory? Destroy everything, yes, and begin again. No, this can't be.
I'm not dead yet, Gerardo. You're finished. Yeah!
And we finally met Gerardo, who destroys Geist for his incompetence before deciding to finish us off for himself. He's going to throw a tree at us, wait for it to finish forming and flashing before grabbing it. Throw it at him. And all that blue on the screen there, it's not supposed to do that. I'm playing this on Mednafen and not the actual hardware. And emulating Sega Saturn is hard, so therefore it's going to do this whenever you see Gerardo create this crystal dragon. Thankfully, all you have to do, watch where it faces when it is formed, then position yourself accordingly and grab it to defeat it. If you can throw a tree before this thing is formed, all so much the better. That means you don't have to deal with it. And when he does that, you want to move out of the way, move away from his fists, and then grab it, hopefully to do some damage to him. And he's trying to punch me. I want to move out of the way. He teleported sometimes just to fake me out. He'll do that sometimes. There it goes. And the more dragons I fell, the more energy for the power meter I will get, which means more opportunities to heal in between all the attacks I can do. Now, after some time, some of these crystals, more crystals than not, will turn the rocks. I don't know why I moved towards the fist. And sometimes you can use an air attack. Just to avoid the crystal dragon when it forms. And I did a horrible thing there. Sadly, the bird could not find anything to heal me with, so therefore I'm going to have to begin this battle again, but we are on the final stage. I still have my one continue. Yes, there are continues in this game. Yes, you have only one of them. No, you can't get any more. In the Japanese version, you had unlimited continues. Japanese version was even easier than what we're looking at here. I do not like that. I do not like when developers do that. Artificially make the game harder when they bring a game to the West. And you are probably going... Yes, you are. Now you're going to throw another crystal. Wait for the tree to finish forming before grabbing it. And thankfully I was able to get that off before he threw the dragon. You also want to get out of the way of the crystal, of course, because that will hurt you. And your teleport did not work. And I thought he was going to throw the dragon at me after all. Why did I move in front of the fist? I did that again, but this time he didn't hit me. That was a terrible mistake on your behalf, son. That did not come out right. Well, I moved out of the way early enough that that's probably why I was able to get away with it. Where are you gonna go? And when is he gonna throw? He never threw any rocks. Weird. Sometimes he throws rocks more often than trees. And he never did it once in the entire time I fought him in this video. So I never got to show that attack off. That was weird. But after beating Gerardo, you don't have to worry about a second form. He falls into the abyss and then just painfully dies. You see all these spirits come out of the abyss before you see one giant big one. And that is it. You have beaten Astal for Sega Saturn. Cutscene time as soon as the bird glows green and flies upwards.
Astal!
Lita, listen to me. Gerado's shadow is now gone from this world. And Lita is free of Gerado's dark magic. Astal, it wasn't my power that let you defeat Gerado. You discovered compassion. I could not give this to you. Compassion brings strength, Astal. Remember this. Now my work is done. I leave this world to you. And I leave to you the power of creation. Use it wisely. Farewell, Astal and Lita. Bring happiness to the world. This is my final command.
And with that, the game ends. The bird was Lita after all. And Antoas has noted what Astal has done to bring the world back to the way it should be. And now the world has been entrusted to Astal and Lita, whom Antoas commands to lead the world into happiness and bring said happiness into the world. After that, Antoas leaves, probably to do some other godly things. And the world is now at peace. Gerardo is no longer in this world. The world can progress, and therefore the game ends. And this was an interesting game. It's easy in some ways, difficult in others. I kind of have to give the game a little bit of heck for the whole momentum while you're jumping on moving platforms thing, and just trying to do precision platforming in general, because it isn't handled the best way, especially on Sea of Clouds, where it is possible to run to the right only to jump straight up because the platform you were on moved to the left as soon as you jumped. But other than that, this wasn't a bad game by any means. It's a rather interesting, good game. While the game never received a sequel, it has been treasured and beloved by quite a few gamers throughout the years. And there have been references to Astal, there have been Astal cameos in future Sega games after this. But this is the only game where you play as Astal. Will there ever be a sequel? Probably not. But this is a fun game, though. The graphics are absolutely beautiful. You can tell what everything is. Sound and music are absolutely beautiful as well. There are quite a few standout tracks in the game's soundtrack, especially Sea of Clouds, Plains of Destiny, Destiny Unfolds. Quite a few. And had a little bit of control issues, nothing too major. Astal does take a fraction of a second more to turn around at times, especially when you're trying to fight enemies like Gerardo or Geist. But it wasn't too terrible. I can live with it. And once you've played through the game, you've pretty much seen all there is to see. You could try playing through it just to find all the power stars, because I didn't find all of them. And other than that, there's not really much of a reason to play it again, except to play it every once in a while. If you are going to get this game, see if you can import the Japanese version. Japanese version is a little easier. Lonnie Minella. That's what I remember her name from. She was also the voice of Waffle Rye Bread in Tail Concerto. She voiced Ivy in the Soul Calibur games. She voiced Rouge the Bat for a time. That's why I remember her name. As I was saying, if you need to, import the Japanese version, you have unlimited continues, and you have 5 hits per life as opposed to 3. Oh, and I should mention, I wish lives were easier to get in this game. I shouldn't have to be at the mercy of the bird's fetch command to get one at complete random. But sadly, that's what I have to do in order to get extra lives, and even then, those are few and far between, and given that you have only 3 hits per life and only 1 continue to work with in the American version, in the Western version, that's not exactly a good thing. So I wish you could have gotten a few extra lives here and there throughout the game. Other than that, this is a underrated Sega Saturn game from early in the system's lifespan. It was 2D back when 2D was pretty much considered on its way out. And for that, it's worth looking into. So if you can, definitely get this game. You'll be glad you did. And I never showed off the demo. If you watch the demo, you can see what the buttons do, which is kind of cool. Let's watch the demo, because that was really nice. You can tell that C lets you jump, B lets you attack. And that's about it. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have to say about this game. Worth picking up, even if it does have its flaws and its quirks. But this is a pretty cool game, not gonna lie. And I might as well just go ahead and go to the options menu. And from here I can just do the fade out into the graphic that I usually use for the end of every video that I do and whatnot. This has been Let's Play. I have secret mode. There's a code to do this. There is a code for secret mode. I forget what it is, but you can easily look it up. But with secret mode, you can set all your lives past 5 to all the way to 99. And for the music test, you can listen to the audio from all the cutscenes and even all of the voiceovers from the game as well. Of course, there is also a stage select sheet. Yeah, there is a stage select sheet, and you have to use it to select whichever stage you're on. But for beating the game, you do get secret mode. I'm surprised I did that. I'm surprised that the game does that when you beat the game. I did not know it did that. So that's pretty nice. Anyway, this has been Let's Play Astal for Sega Saturn. Hope you enjoyed. And hopefully I will be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad, maybe it'll be somewhere in between. Who knows? Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, thanks for watching, and see you guys later!